Good morning. I'm Derek Belinsky in for John Lewis this morning on the 1480 Club. Today being April 19th, New York State primary day, we've got surrogates to speak on behalf of all 5 candidates. Surrogates for Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, John Kasich, and Ted Cruz will all have 2 minutes to speak about their candidate. Starting out with Hornell Mayor Democrat Sean Hogan, who will speak on behalf of the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Obviously, I'm running as a delegate for Hillary Clinton for her presidential run. And today, Tuesday the 19th, is the primary day. And I'm just giving people a few reasons why I support her. First of all, she's a proven leader. 8 years in the U.S. Senate. In 4 years as Secretary of State. Did a very remarkable job in very tough times. She is a very committed, honest, and someone you can rely on. She's been very good for the city of Hornell. She's helped us in a lot of different instances, and she's never forgotten. She still, when I see her, she still reminds me of when she came to Hornell in 1999 on her listening tour, when she was first, eyeing a run for the Senate in New York State. So she's been she's very astute, very intelligent, and I think she would be a wonderful president. And I think it's high time that this country had a woman as president of this country. And, I think President Obama broke the race barrier, and I'm looking forward to Hillary breaking the gender barrier and that glass ceiling. And I think she'll be a remarkable president that everyone can be proud of. So that's why I'm supporting Hillary Clinton.
And next is Kevin Sweeney speaking for Bernie Sanders.
We are supporting Bernie because he will not take money from corporations and billionaires. He is only accepting donations from individuals like you and me. Bernie is not going to go into the White House and owe companies and lobbyists and everybody else who have been writing legislation for the last 30 or 40 years. He is going to go into the White House owing the American people. He has long been a champion for civil rights, income equality, racial justice, a reformed prison system, free education all the way through college to make America the country it can be again. We are all in for Bernie, and we fully expect Bernie to take New York State in today's election.
This will be Neil Bush, brother of Jeb Bush, speaking on behalf of Ted Cruz.
A couple of very important reasons why voters in New York City need to vote for Ted Cruz. First and foremost, there is a unique opportunity. The stars have aligned to move away from Washington gridlock and to put your support behind a principled conservative, a solid, proven, principled conservative. Ted Cruz went to Washington not to go along and get along as a freshman senator, not to be part of the status quo. He went there to be disruptive. He didn't make any friends doing this, but he's proven his credentials as a disruptor. And now, as President of the United States, assuming we can stop Donald Trump and he can go on to beat Hillary Clinton, which I'm sure he can handily, as President of the United States, the party will rally around him. He'll put together a Reagan-esque coalition and implement reforms that are so badly needed. Paul Ryan is waiting. McConnell's waiting. The Republican Congress is waiting for a reform-minded president to help lead, and Ted Cruz is that guy. The second reason why people need to vote for Ted is that Donald Trump would be a disaster for the Republican Party. He would lead our party over an abyss. He's the least prepared, least qualified guy to run for president in the longest time. Sure, he's a marketing genius, but he's lost 13 times to Ted in 13 different contests. He keeps losing in Republican primaries and caucuses where they're closed contests because he's not even really a Republican. He's rigged the political system by saying he's bribed and blackmailed politicians to do what he wants, Republicans and Democrats. He's figured out the bankruptcy rules. You know, he's gone bankrupt 4 times and caused all kinds of damage and harm to his employees, and he's avoided paying off debts. And so now he's whining about the political process that's been in place for a long time. Give me a break. So let's vote for Ted Cruz. Use your mind. If you're a Kasich supporter out there, Kasich has no prayer, no chance. Good man, no chance of being president of the United States. And so I'd urge you, use your brain, not your heart, and vote for Ted Cruz.
Congressman Tom Reed speaking here for the Donald Trump campaign.
I think in New York we have laid out a system where Donald Trump's going to do very well because of the population voting for him across the state, and the polls we're seeing obviously suggest that, and I think that will be affirmed tomorrow. So, as we go forward, I just want to make sure that the process is not played with, and that we put the interests of the people and the voice of the people first and foremost as we go forward.
Reed continues on why he's pro-Trump.
And the people on the inside think, well, what the concern that's being expressed is bigger than just the rules of the Republican Party and also the rules of the Democratic Party. The concern is larger than that. The concern is that the systems that have been operating for decades needs to change as we go forward, and it needs to change to make it more inclusive and open to the people. And I wholeheartedly endorse and support that effort, and that is something we're hopefully going to be able to push as we go through this process and beyond.
Finally, former U.S. Senator John Sununu speaking for John Kasich for president.
People can go to johnkasich.com for more information. All New Yorkers are just got to get out there and vote. Vote for John Kasich in the primary. The delegates in New York are going to matter. We want sharp, clear-thinking, responsible people that are going to go to Cleveland and do the right thing, not just for the country. We don't want to beat Hillary Clinton, but for even the state of New York. The stronger a Republican we have on the top of the ticket, the more likely we are to win Republican congressional seats in New York and get Republicans elected at the local level. So by standing up at the polls on Tuesday and voting for John Kasich, you strengthen the National Republican Party, the state Republican Party, and you can get behind someone that will make us all proud. That's John Kasich. Thanks very much. I appreciate the time.
We'll take a break and be back with the forecast. It's Derek Belinsky filling in for John Lewis on the 1480 Club.